Good day, everyone! I am Rosa Villanueva. I am Shara Macy in last, and I am Martha Nicolaitan. Today, we'll present to you how grade is computed in interactive learning tools. This process is very important because it shows student performance is assessed and helps them understand their progress in the lesson. By the end of our discussion, we hope that you have a clear understanding of how grades are computed and why is it important in assessing students' performance. And now, let's start. So first, we'll talk about using a norm reference grading with 7 and 8 points grade. So the following final grades are obtained in a class of grade 8 students. So there, we assume that this data provided about is class A and then this one is class B. So using a norm reference grading of the 7-point scale, determine the scores that will get a failing mark. What is your general comment on this? So, norm reference grading with a 7-point scale. A 7-point scale typically assigns grades as follows. So, as you can see, we have this 8 scale, and each scale ranges from A, we have ranges 96 to 100, B 91 to 95, C 86 to 98. So to determine grades that receive a failing mark, I look at the grades below 75. So any grade that is below 75 is considered as failing. So providing data about in class A, since there is no student got the score below got the grade below 75, means all students are passed. Likewise in class B, there is no student got the grade 75 below, so all of them are passed. Since there are no failing grades in this class, it indicates that the performance of the student in this class is relatively high. It suggests that a good overall performance in this class. Next, we'll tackle about the 8-point scale grading. So, using a norm reference grading with an 8-point grading scale, determine the scores that you get failing mark. How is it compared to the previous grading system? So, in this discussion, we will compare between the two grading scales. So now, norm reference grading with an 8-point scale typically assign grades as follows. So here we have 8 scales, and in A ranges 96 to 100, 91 to 95, C 86 to 90, and so on. So in these failing marks would be given to grade below 75. So any grade that is below 75 considered as failing. So it includes the scale F to H. So again, any grade that below 75 is failing, indicates the ranges F to H. So as previously noted that there are no grades here in class A and class B below 75, thus all students are passed. So the comparison, the 8-point grading scale introduces additional level of failure, which is the F, G, and H. So the same conclusion, all students are passed and indicating that overall performance is good.
And now let's proceed to grade computation and task 1. So grade 7 English with the following scores. So the written works and performance task, quarterly test is already given. So out of 90, students got 72. Out of 110, students got 86. Out of 85, students got 67. So to compute the percentage, so 72 divided by 90, so the equals of that is times to 100 to get 80. And the performance task, 86 divided by 110 times 100 to get 78.18%. So quarterly test, 67 divided by 85, the result of that times 100 to get 78.82. So to get the weighted score, so English is belong to weighted component of 30%, 50%, and 20% of quarterly assessment. So to get the weighted score, so 18 percentage score, so 30% man ang weighted work, so 30% is converted into decimal, so minus lang 0.3 or 0.30. So 80 percentage times weighted score, the weighted score mo ng 30% is 24. And also performance task, percentage score is 78.88. So the weight component of performance task is 50%. Then also converted into decimal 0.50. So times percentage score times weight of component of 0.50. So 78.18 times 0.50% is 39.09. And lastly, quarterly test, a student got percentage score 78.82. So the weight component of quarterly test is 20%, converted into decimal ng 0.20 or 0.2. So times the percentage score to weight of component. So 78.82 times 0.02 or 0.2 is 15.76. To get the initial grade is add the weighted works to quarterly test. So 24 plus 39 rather 0.09, 15.76 is 78.85. So i-transmute na siya into 86.
Okay, so since Ma'am Analu has already discussed the grade 7 English score, so now let's move on to the grade 10 mathematics score. So the computation, so the process of computation is the same as what Ma'am Analu explained lately. So here are the raw scores of grade 10 students in mathematics. So as you can see, it's already given. So in written work, the students got 34 out of 55. And in performance task, the students got 40 out of 80%. And in quarterly tests, the students got 38 out of 50%. So the computation goes like this. So in written work, just like what I have said earlier, the students got 34 out of 55. So you have to divide it and multiply by 100. So the result is 61.82. So in performance task, the students got 40 out of 80. So you have to divide it also times 100. So the result is 50%. And in quarterly test, the students got 38 out of 50. So divide it times 100. So the result is 76%. So after we calculate the percentage of each component, we have to find the average grade. So we find the average grade by adding all the result here, which is the percentage score. So 61 plus 61.82 rather plus 50 plus 76 is equals to 187.82. So divide it into 3 because written work, performance task, and quarterly test. So 187.82 divided by 3 is equals to 62.61. So now here in the table, we have to find the weighted score. Okay. So since the percentage score is already given, they are the same, already given. So we have to find the weighted score. So to find the weighted score, the percentage score is going to multiply in the weighted component. So since we talk about mathematics, so the weighted components of math is 40%, 40%, and 20% in quarterly task. So in written work, the percentage score is 61.82. So since the weighted component of the written work here is 40%, we have to convert it into decimal. So 0.40 or 0.40 40. So you have to multiply it. 61.82 times 0.40 is 24.73. So next, in performance task, the percentage score is 50, while the weighted components of the performance task here is 40% also. So again, convert it into decimal, so 0.40. So 50 times 0.40 is equals to 20. And next is in quarterly test. So in quarterly test, the percentage score is 76, and the weighted components here is 20%. So 76 times 0.20 is 15.2. So to get the initial grade, so you have to add all the weighted scores. So 24.73 plus 20 plus 15.2, the result is 59.93. So 59.93, you have to transmute it using the transmutation table. So the transmuted grade is 74. So again, the final grades in English is 86, while in mathematics is 74. So as you can see in the computation, the English, the grade 7 English students performed significantly better than the grade 10 mathematics students. So it's better to focus more on improving areas like the written works and performance tasks to improve it and to raise the overall grades. So since we're done discussing the task 1, so let's move to task 2. So I will be going to discuss how to calculate the first quarter grade for Miss Maris in Araling Panlipunan based on her assessment scores. So the grading system follows the K-12 approach, which involves converting raw scores to percentages, applying weights, and computing weighted scores. So the components of the grades when it comes to written works, it includes tasks like essays, news writing, and reaction paper. While in the performance task, it includes timeline, report, debate, and role plays. So in my part, I will only discuss on how to get the total, percentage scores, and weighted scores. So as you can see, the total items is already given, and the score of Miss Maris is already given also. Like out of 25, Miss Maris got 18. Out of 20, Miss Maris got 10, and so on. So now, if you are going to add all the total items, the result is 190. So to get also the total here is you are going to add all the total score of Miss Maris, which is 18 plus 10 plus 19 plus 20 plus 22 plus 25 plus 30 is 144. So now let's find how to get the percentage score. So to get the percentage score, you have to divide the raw score to the total items. Like 144 divided by 190 times 100 is 75.79. So that is the percentage scores. So next is we have to find the weighted score. So in weighted score, there are 30%. So the 30%, you have to convert it into decimal, which is 0.30. So to get the weighted score, you have to multiply the percentage score to decimal weighted score, like 75.79 times 0.30 is equals to 22.6. 74. That's how I get the total percentage score and weighted score in written work.
So now let's proceed to performance task on task 2 of Aralin Panlipunan in Ms. Maris grading first quarterly. So the weight score of written works is already given 30%. For performance task already given 50%. And the quarterly assessment is 20%. So the missing of performance task in this table is total and percentage score. So to get 110 of total is add the total items 20, 30, 30, 30. So the result is 110. So to get the row score of Maris is added all that scores. So 16, 24, 24, 28 to get 92. So, to get the percentage divided 92 divided by 110 is to equals is divide into 100 muna 83.64. And now let's proceed to quarterly assessment. So, because the weighted score of performance task is already given, so let's proceed to quarterly assessment. So, the quarterly assessment is already given. Out of 50, Maris got 30 score. So, to get the percentage score, divided 30, divide 50, the result of that is times 100. The percentage score got 60. So, to get the weighted score, so 20% is converted into decimal. So, 0.2. So, times the percentage score is 60 times the weighted score is 0.20% ng 12. So, to get the total of initial grade of Maris, add the weighted score from written works to quarterly assessment. So, the weighted score of written works is 22.74, 41.82, and 12. So the result is 76.56. So converted into 77. And now the question is, suppose Ms. Maris grade and the same subject, the second, third, and fourth are 87, 88, and 90. Respectively, compute her final rating, rounded to the nearest unit, and give descriptive equivalent. So, 77 is transmuted to 85. So, 85 plus yung first quarterly in Aralin Panlipunan plus 87 plus 88 plus 90 plus 350 divided into 4 muna 87.5 divided into 4 ng 87.5. So rounded into the nearest number muna minus 88. So the final grade of Maris and Ms. Maris is 88. So typically the score is passing is 75. So Maris pass in Aralin Panlipunan.
Since they're done discussing on how to compute final grade, now let us tackle on how to get the general average. So here we have these learning areas for this subject and the final grade to remark. So since Ms. Shara tackled compute the final grade of Aralin Panlipunan, if you remember, it is 88. So let's give you 88. And since 88 it indicates as so now let's compute the final general average. To get the general average, add all the final grade and divide into 8, which is the number of learning area. So as we can get 86. When 86 indicates mass. So that's how to compute general average.
So we already done the task 1 and task 2. So let's proceed to task 3. So this table shows the sample card of grade 6 student named Rico for the third quarter of the school year 2023-2024. So the learning area, the written words or percentage score was already given. The performance task percentage score was already given. And also the quarterly assessment percentage score was already given. So we need to find out the weight of every component. So Filipino was belong to weighted component into language. The written words is belong to 30%. So 30% is converted into a decimal point 30 or 0.3. So weighted percentage score was multiplied into weighted component na 0.3. So 85 times 0.3 was 25.5. And performance task belong into 50% in weighted component. So 81 times 50 converted to decimal point 50, 0.5 is 81 times 0.5 equals 40.50. And the quarterly belong to 20% converted into decimal 0.2 or 0.20. So the percentage score of quarterly assessment as 75, so multiply into 0.2 equals 15. So to get the initial grade is add the written works to quarterly task. So 25.5 plus 40.5 plus 15 equals 81. So transmute to 88 and a quarterly grade. So already done in Filipino, so let's proceed in English. So again, let's find out the weight. So 82 and in English rather is belong already in language. So written words is 30% converted again into decimal. So 82 or percentage score times 0.3 equals 24.6. And the performance task is 77 percentage score is times into weighted component, and performance task is 50% converted again to 0.5 or 0.60. So 77 times weighted component 0.5 equals 38.5. One quarterly task is got 75 percentage score. So the quarterly of English component, weighted component is 50%. Again, convert into decimal. So 75 times 0.2 equals 15. To get the initial grade, add the written words to quarterly. So 24.6 plus 38.5 plus 15 was 78.1. It transmute into 86. So in mathematics, and written words student got percentage score 71. Then mathematics belong to weighted component into 40 written works. Performance task is 40, quarterly is 20. So, and percentage score 71 times 40 is converted into 0.4 rather. So 71 times 0.4 equals 28.4. performance task percentage is 67. So to get the weight is 67 times performance task and weighted score is 40%. Again, convert into decimal 0.40 or 0.4. So 67 times 0.40 is 26.8. And quarterly task percentage score, that's 62. So to get the weight is the component of weighted score is 20. So 62 times converted to decimal is 0.2. 62 times 0.2 is 12.4. So to get the initial, the written works to quarterly. So 28.4 plus 36.8 plus 12.4 is 67.6 transmuted into 79.
Now let's proceed to science. So to get the weighted score of science, we must multiply the percentage. Same formula, but different percentage. So science, written work is 40%. So we multiply the 76, the percentage score to 0.4 equals 30.4. Then its performance task, the percentage of performance task in science is 40%. So 79 multiplied to 40% is equal to 31.6. Then next is the quarterly exam. So 65 multiplied to percentage of science in quarterly task is 20. So 65 times 0.2 equals 13. So to get the initial grade of the student in science, we must add all the weighted score in each component. So the total score, or at least the initial grade, is 75, and its transmitted grade is 84. So we proceed to aralan panlipunan. Same formula on how to get weighted score. We must multiply the percentage score into its component. So we have percentage score in written work 83 multiplied by its percentage in written work in aralan panlipunan, which is 30. So 83 times 30 times 0.30 is 24.9. Then next is to proceed to the performance task of aralan panlipunan, which is we have percentage score 83 multiplied by its percentage component, which is 50. So 83 times 0.5 is 41.5. Then same computation in quarterly exam, its percentage score is 83 multiplied with 20% is equal to 16.16. Again, to get the initial grade, add all the weighted score in each component, and this is the student's initial grades. So, the sum of all weighted score in each component is 83, and its transmitted grade is 89. So next, we proceed to edukasyon sa pagpakatao or CSP subject. So again, same formula, multiply the percentage score to its percentage in component where the ESP belong. So we have percentage score in written work 84, we multiply to its component in written work ESP is 30%, so 84 times 30% is equal to 25.2. The same competition in performance task, we have 84 multiplied by 50%, which is 0.5 is equal to 0.2. And then last is the quarterly exam percentage score, which is 84 divided to 20% is equal to 16.8. So again, to get the initial grade is get the sum of weighted score in each component. So the student's initial grade is 24 and its transmitted grade is 3. So next, you get the weighted score of edukasyon pantahanan at pangkabuhayan or EPP. So the same formula and then yung weighted score in each component. So we have percentage score multiplied by this percentage. So the percentage in written work performance task, quarterly task in EPP is 20%, 60%, and 20%. So 80 times 20% is equal to 16. And next is in performance task weighted score is 84 times 0.60 is equal to 50.4. Then last, it's quarterly exam, which is 77 multiplied to 20% is equal to 15.4. And then, to get the initial grade, get the sum of each weighted score in each component. So, this is, the total, the initial grade of the student is EPP is 81.8 and transmitted grade is 92.
So the subject that is left is MAPE, which is stand for Music, Arts, Physical Education, and Health. So the percentage score in written work, performance, task, and quarterly assessment is already given. So all we need to find is the weighted score of each component of the initial grade and the quarterly grade. So first is we have to find the weighted score in written work in music. So the weight components in MAPE is in written work is 20%, in performance task is 60%, and in quarterly task is 20%. So to find the weighted score in written work is you have to multiply the percentage score to the weight component. So 76 times 20, 0.20 because you have to convert it into decimal. So 76 times 0.20 is equals to 15.2. So next, let's move to performance task. So the percentage score in performance task is 77. So times the weight components of performance task here is 60%. So 0.60 converted into decimal. So 77 times 0.60% is 46.2. Okay, so next is we need to find out weighted score in quarterly assessment. So the percentage score in music is 75% times here 0.20% is equals to 15. So to get the initial grade, you have to add all the weighted score of each component. So 15.2 plus 46.2 plus 15 is equals to 76.4. And then you have to transmute this using the transmutation table. So the quarterly grade is 85. So next is arts. Okay, so the percentage score in written work in arts is 85. So times written work here is 20 converted into decimal, so 0.20. So 85 times 0.20 is 17. So next is in performance task arts. So the percentage score is 81. So times 0.60. So 81 times 0.60 is 48.6. So next is quarterly assessment. So the percentage score for in quarterly assessment in arts is 80%. So you need to multiply it to the weight component of quarterly task, which is the 20% converted into decimal, which is 0.20. So 80 times 0.20 is equals to 16. So again, to get the initial grade, you have to add all the weighted score of each component. So 17 plus 48.6 plus 16 is equals to 81.6. So the transmuted grade is 88. Okay. So next is in physical education. So the percentage score in written work is 80%. So again, times 0.20% is 16. So and next is performance task. So the percentage score in performance task is 80 times 0.60 is equals to 48. And next is quarterly assessment. So the percentage score in quarterly assessment is 78 times 0.20 is equals to 15.6. So again, to get the initial grade, add all the weighted score of each component. So 16 plus 48 plus 15.6 is 79.6. 79.6. So and the transmuted grade is 86. So last is the health. So the percentage score in written work is the is 85. So 85 times 0.20 is 17. So next is the percentage score in performance task is 81. So 81 times 0.60 is equals 48.6. 48.6. So next, the percentage score of quarterly assessment is 75. So 75 times 0.20 is equals to 15. So to get the initial grade, add all the weighted score of each component. So 17 plus 48.6 plus 15 equals to 80.6. 80.6. And the transmuted grade is 87. So now we're done. Finding the weighted score, the initial grade, and the quarterly grade. So let's now find the initial composite grade and the initial grade. So to find the initial composite grade, you have to add all the initial grade in music, arts, physical education, and health. So 76.4 plus 81.6 plus 79.6 plus 80.6, and the result is you have to divide it by 4. So the result is 79.6. So again, you will going to transmute it using the transmutation table. So the transmuted grade is 87. So that's how we get the third quarter grade of the grade 6 student named Rico. So since we're done discussing the task 3, so now let's proceed answering the question. So the first question is, what is Rico's composite grade in mapping? How did you find it? So I determined Rico's composite grade in MAPE by adding all the initial grade in music, arts, physical education, and health, and divided into 4. So the result is 79.55 and round off, so the result is 79.60. So since you have to transmute this, so using the transmutation table, so the quarterly grade is 87. So that's how I find Rico's composite grade in MAPE.
So second question is, in which learning area did Rico perform best during the third quarter? Explain briefly your reasons. So, Rico performed best in Edukasyon sa Pagkakatao o ASP, where he learned a grade of 90. This is the highest score across all subjects and falls under the excellent category based on the grade. This suggests that Rico excels in understanding values and character, education, demonstrating good moral and ethical comprehension.
So in the third question, in which learning area does Rico need to improve and why? So Rico needs to improve in mathematics because he received a lower grade of 79. He should identify his weaknesses and get extra help such as tutorial, extra lesson for teachers, online math resources, and consistent practice. Focusing on his weaknesses area is also important.
So, fourth question is, what does his level of proficiency in Araling Panlipunan signify? Rico's grade in Araling Panlipunan is 89, which falls under the good category. This signifies that he has a strong grasp of the subject, showing an understanding of social studies concepts and an ability to apply them effectively. His performance in this subject highlights his interest and competency in learning about history, culture, and society.
So the last question is, describe Rico's overall performance in third quarter. How would you communicate this to his parents? So overall, Rico's performance in third quarter is commendable. Most of his grades fall within the good and fair categories, with exceptional performance in edukasyon sa pagkakatao and Araling Panlipunan. However, there is a room for improvement in mathematics, which could be addressed through additional practice and support. So to communicate this to his parent, I would say Rico is performing well in most of these subjects, especially in edukasyon sa pagkakatao and Araling Panlipunan, where he has demonstrated excellent understanding, while his performance in mathematics is fair. Providing him with additional guidance and practice in this area can help him achieve better results. Overall, Rico is on the right track and with continued support so he can excel further. So now we will going to share our reflection on how important for a teacher to be always responsibly careful, accurate, and honest in recording and computing the grades, as well as to be transparent with it to your students and their parents when necessary. So, as a teacher, being responsible, careful, accurate, and honest in recording and computing grades is essential because grades reflect a student's learning and effort. Mistakes or carelessness can lead to unfair outcomes that may affect a student's confidence and future opportunities. Transparency is equally important. When we openly share how grades are computed, students and parents gain trust in the process. It encourages accountability and allows room for constructive conversations about the student progress. Ultimately, being accurate and transparent shows respect for the students' hard work and ensures fairness in their academic journey.
So, as a teacher, maintaining accuracy, honesty, and transparency in grading is crucial for fostering a positive and productive learning environment. Accuracy and honesty are essential for teachers. Grading is just not about assigning numbers, but about fairly assess student learning and providing meaningful feedback. Missing information can lead to error or unfair assessment. Ensure grading accurately reflects student performance, sharing the grading process with students and guardians to build trust and allow for open communication about any concern. By being responsible, accurate, and honest, a teacher builds credibility, making students feel valued and fairly assessed.
And as educators, it is essential to be responsible, accurate, and honest in grading. Each grade reflects a student's performance and can significantly affect their self-esteem and future opportunities. Careful grading proves their commitment to fairness and helps students recognize their strengths and areas for improvement. Being transparent about how grades are determined builds trust with students and parents. Responsible grading enhances the learning experience and supports students' growth and success.
So that would be all. I hope you understand and learn from us. Again, this is Charmaine in class, Margaret Green Palitan, and